Stevenson Middle School, you guys.
This is our
That's the auditorium. You know, they did end up putting Robert Louis Stevenson Middle School.
It was always on the School of Pirates.
Mira, they didn't have. I don't think they had that back then. Yeah, I don't remember that.
No. This is like where through here is where like I would ditch. Look at right here.
That door.
And right here I would ditch too sometimes. Through here. We would just run out.
Yo no.
I had some class. I had a class in one of the bungalows. I remember. All right.
And this is the PE area. I loved this school. Right here is where. Right here, I had classes right there. I had classes right there. This is the PE area. We decided, you guys, to kind of like give you guys a story time on our middle school. We passed by through it. It's called Stevenson Middle School. And as we're driving around, I don't know, my sister and I were kind of hungry, and we were kind of like, hey,
What's
why
in the area?
don't we? Yeah. And we drove by the area, and we seen that there's a Subway on Lorena and Whittier, and we were kind of like, what?
Because it wasn't there before.
So we got a foot long.
A foot long.
I'm just gonna
wheat bread.
I'm just gonna show you guys like the half part that I have here.
It has
So,
like pickles.
So it's on wheat bread. I get it. It's extra cheese. Only 4 slices of turkey, bacon,
Tomato.
lettuce, spinach, tomato, cucumber, banana peppers, pickles, jalapeno, peppers,
Yeah.
and I get oil, vinegar, salt, and pepper, and I get it toasted.
So you guys, we're gonna talk about our experience in middle school. So we got these chips, kettle cooked buffalo chicken dip, and we also got some other ones, but right now we're gonna start off with these. All right, so my first year in middle school. I used to get bullied all the time in elementary, like there's no tomorrow. I thought that by going to this brand new school, I was gonna have a brand new experience, no bullies. I thought I was gonna make all these friends and have all these like boyfriends, and yo ya me imaginaba, you know, with a brand new different type of lifestyle. My mom was super strict with me when I was like a pequeñita. I took the elementary wardrobe into the middle school environment, and you know how that goes. I would basically still dress like a little girl when I started my journey into middle school. So as soon as I went into the class, immediately I started seeing girls giving me dirty looks, laughing, talking to each other about me, and I felt super awkward. Immediately I knew I was gonna get bullied and I was gonna have a horrible year. In the whole class, nobody would talk to me. The only one that would talk to me was some guy that was super popular, super cute, He was a tagger. So as soon as I went into the class, immediately I started seeing girls giving me dirty looks, laughing, talking to each other about me, and I felt super awkward. Immediately I knew I was gonna get bullied and I was gonna have a horrible year. In the whole class, nobody would talk to me. The only one that would talk to me was some guy that was super popular, super cute. He was a tagger. This really cute guy that would always tell me hi, was always really nice to me, really polite. When he would see like the bullies pasándose, he would kind of tell them, kick back, you guys, because he was super popular. He would talk to a lot of people in class. I wouldn't. Yo estaba basically really sad all the time. In that time, I remember that I was anorexic. One day, this girl happened to talk to me in my art class. I remember that I had art with Mrs. Landeros, and this girl started talking to me. She started talking to me because she started letting me know, like, ¿por qué te vistes así? Like, because your mom, huh, she's strict. And I was like, yeah. She's like, don't worry, mine too. That's why I dress like that. Ella se vestía así como con vestidos zampones, you guys, y ya todavía se ponía como, like, moñitos en la cabeza de color. And she would tell, and I would tell her, you don't get bullied? She would tell me, no, I don't, because my cousin, her cousin was this real big chola in Stevenson. So, like, she would not get bullied because if anybody would tell her something, her cousin would beat them up. Well, me, no. She started being really nice to me. She started talking to me. I remember que, like, she started inviting me to go kick it with her, because me, for lunch and nutrition, I would go straight to the library. And when the library was closed, I would just find like a bench that was like away from the people so nobody would bother me. I would not even dare to go to like the lunch tables because all the popular people were up there. She started inviting me with her crowd. So it was always me, my friend Maricela, that girl Linda, and some guy Veto. So Veto started getting like a girlfriend right away, so he kind of stopped hanging out with us. And that girl Linda would always give me like dirty looks. You could tell that she didn't want me to be part of the crowd. But me and Maricela got along really good, probably porque los vestíamos like elementary style. So everything was great. She was really nice to me. I finally had a friend. We started getting along and it was great. I finally had someone who called me to the house. She would call me sometimes, and I had the best 4 weeks of my life. Why? Because after 4 weeks, she told me, guess what, Elsa, I'm moving to Pomona. My parents bought a house and I'm moving to Pomona. But I know that everyone's bullying you and I know everyone hates you, but don't worry. I'm going to tell my cousin to like try her best to like look out for you. Don't worry. Linda's going to keep hanging around with you. I told her already. Remember that there. Maricela left and I was like super sad. We kept writing to each other for a while, pero cuando se fue, basically Linda wanted nothing to do with me. She started ignoring me. I tried to make like new friends, and I would do this to them and they would do this to me, and I was like, so I kind of stopped trying and I just went back to the library. I also discovered in the same art class that I had a cousin that I never knew about. I don't know if you guys ever knew, but we had like these wallets. Why are you laughing at me, Margarita? We had those wallets, you know, like those Hello Kitty ones, or like the what, Acuna Peco, ¿cómo se llama? Pachaco, like all those, the Karopis. And I told my mom, Ma, cómprame una little wallet. And I remember that my sister, she would tell me, pues I don't need my raya, porque mi dad los daba raya every Sunday. I remember que me la dio. Yo junté la mía, and I remember that I would collect cans in that time. Y like con lo poquito that I got from the 3 sources, I bought this wallet, the Hello Kitty. In there, se ponían muchos photos. And I remember que like I had no friends. So I remember that I went through my mom's things and I started filling up my wallet with a bunch of pictures of like cousins, people I didn't know, people with like afros that my dad would hang around with. I don't know, he was probably a hippie or something. I just took it to school because I just wanted to have that wallet full of pictures because everybody did. My wallet happened to fall one day and he picked it up from the floor and he told me, do you know this girl? I told him, yeah, I know her. And he told me, that's my cousin. I told him, that's my cousin too. So in class we discovered we were cousins. He was so nice. His name was Juan. We started being like really, really good friends in class. In that same class, after a while, I remember that some girl started, she was brand new. She came from Belvedere Middle School. She started going into school and she was very pretty, this tall, really pretty girl. I would have never thought that she would have wanted to be my friend. The first day that she went to school, right away, she smiled at me. And I was like, really? Like me? She started talking to me right away. We became really good friends. I'm gonna call her Rachel. This girl and me became really, really good friends right away. Probably because we had something in common. Probably because we both got child molested. So she and me became the best of friends for maybe about 2 months. Remember I told you guys that a lot of people would bully me and a lot of people were so horrible with me. In that bunch, there was some guy named, we're gonna call him Cuete. We're gonna call him Cuete. We'll call him Cuete. This guy hated me. Like, he would bully me. I remember that him and a lot of girls would put like glue in my seat so I could sit on it. They would tie my hair to like chairs. They were horrible. They would like me tenían sobrenombres. She started having a crush on this guy, and like in her folder, inside of her folder, she would put "I love Cuete." And one day the buddies happened to see her folder and they told her, "Do you like Cuete?" And she said, No, I didn't write that. It was Elsa. And I was like, what? I didn't find out until my cousin told me, because he had her for a class and that's where it happened. He immediately went and go tell me, you know what, Rachel told everybody that you're the one that likes Cuete, and you know how they bully you and he bullies you, they're probably gonna be super mean to you right now when they get here. Yes, that's what happened. I didn't have them for art, I had them for the next class. And for the next class, you guys, it was bullying 100%. I remember that I sat in the chair and my tears started coming down. I was like covering my face de tanta vergüenza que me dio ese día. I was so pissed off at her because she threw me under the bus. I did not have a crush on this guy at all. I really me caía bien gordo because he was a big old bully. And after class, I didn't speak to her. The one that was super nice to me, that was really popular, I remember that he told them, you know what, you guys, quit it already. Leave her alone. Stop fucking bothering her. She doesn't do nothing. And I think que por tanto que me defendía, he would make things worse. I told him, you know what? Stop doing that. Stop defending me because you just make things worse and they bully me even more. He just didn't say nothing. He looked down. I was really pissed off. After that class, it was the next class, and we would usually meet up somewhere so we could go to lunch, and I did not go. I left to the library. She tried to talk to me after school, and she tried to tell me, are you mad? Are you mad? I just ignored her. She called my house, and I just told my mom to say I wasn't home. The next day, she continued trying to talk to me. She begged me probably for approximately about 3 weeks. She started begging me for like 3 weeks, but I just did not want to be her friend anymore at all. Nothing whatsoever, because yo me sentí traicionada by her. I felt like, how could you do that to me? That's so messed up. So I basically went back to the library and I continued the remaining of that first year of middle school at the library.
My 6th grade, you guys, at Stevenson Middle School, my first year in middle school. So what I remember is that's like the transition of like where I went from goody two-shoes to like I wanted to be a bad girl. I remember my sister was like, you're a 6th grader, you're gonna hang around with the 8th graders, because I had her best friend to hang out with. You're gonna be cool. The first day of middle school, my sister gave me like this big old makeover. My mom, my dad left to work. My sister got all her makeup and she put me all this makeup on. So I remember that I had a boyfriend. He was a 7th grader, so we got together like in elementary and we went into the middle school being together. So I hung out with my sister's best friend. So the first day comes in, and right away, you guys, immediately the first day, all these 8th graders were like trying to get my number, asking her best friend, because she was an 8th grader and I was a 6th grader, like, who's your homegirl? Like, who is she? And she was telling them, like, stop. She's only a 6th grader. She's 11. Stop. A lot of the guys were going, what? And she looks like that? Because I had all this makeup on. I had a boyfriend. I was faithful. I remember that I was telling all of them, like, no, I have a boyfriend. Guess what my boyfriend, guys, did that day? He didn't hang out with me. I remember that he went to go, like, look around the whole school, I guess, to see if there was better girls than me.
No encontró.
No encontró. So, like, by the end of the day, he was like, I guess. So he came back with me. And I remember that her friend was all telling him, like, why? Why are you going around? Like, why are you going around to see if there's prettier girls and then you come hang out with her? So the semester started going, you guys. I kind of started, like, fitting in more. I met this one girl. She had a mole right here. We're going to call her Alfaro because that was her last name. She was also, like, those type of girls that knew older kids. So we kind of started, like, sometimes hanging around with my crowd of 8th graders. Sometimes we would hang around with her crowd of 8th graders. And sometimes we would go and chill with the 6th graders. So I remember, you guys, that everything was cool. I was meeting a bunch of people. I was engaging with all these kids. Guess what, you guys? I got cheated on by this guy. I was over here being faithful, claiming him, saying that I had a boyfriend, and this guy cheats on me. I remember, you guys, that some girl that was an 8th grader came and told me, guess what? Yesterday, your boyfriend and the girl, they were scamming. I was like, what? Yep, they were scamming. I didn't ask no questions. I didn't even confront him. So many people came and told me. I broke up with them, you guys. I remember that me and some girl, because that's around the time where my parents bought their first house, their house right here in Bonnie Beach. And at that moment, you guys, I met this girl that lived by there. We started like this beautiful friendship. My sister and her sister were in school together, but they were never friends. But that's how me and her became friends. Because she would tell me, your sister's the blonde one, huh? And I would tell her, your sister's the one that went for homecoming queen, huh? So we just started like this really, really nice friendship. And I remember that she picked up the phone. She was like, no, I'm going to do it for you. I remember she called them for me and she told him, guess what? Maggie doesn't want to be with you anymore because you cheated on her with this one girl. So he was over here crying, telling me that no, to not to break up with them, not to break up with them. I broke up with him. He didn't beg me or nothing after that. I remember that we kept seeing each other, but we would kind of like just pass one another. And like this guy right away went to jail. I remember he went to juvenile, huh? Better. I was like, ay, mejor así, I don't see him. So getting towards the end of 6th grade, you guys, I got with this other boy. Was he already
from a gang?
I think he got into a gang afterward, yeah. So I remember that getting towards the end of 6th grade, you guys, I kind of started noticing like if my friends were kind of leaving me out, like my 6th grade friends. Because I remember that I started being really close with like a lot of 8th graders. And I remember that they would tell me like stuff like, oh, no, like don't invite Maggie because she needs her babysitters around. As in my sister, her best friend. So they kind of started leaving me out. And I remember that I was like, wait a minute, like I don't want to get left out. Like, you know. So I was kind of like in like nutrition, I would hang around with the 8th graders. Lunch, 6th graders. We became this big old crowd, you guys, of 6th graders. It was cool. By the end of my 6th grade year, you guys, I remember I got with this other guy that was shorter than me. My 8th grade friends used to make so much fun of me.
Is the one that they would call the Martian?
No, the Martian is the one for the 7th grade. Child. So towards the end of 6th grade, you guys, it was just funny. We were just like the cool kids. So at the end, I remember that guy, Child, that I was with, he called me a bitch. And I remember I was like, oh, hell no. Like, this guy's not gonna call me that. I broke up with him. And there was like talks, like kids like trying to hook us back up together. And I remember that they went to the movies. Remember, I wouldn't go because I could have ditched. Like, I could have, like, told my mom. I didn't have to tell her, like, that I was coming out early. But I felt more comfortable hanging around with them.
Babysitter.
So they all went to the movies and everybody came and told me, oh my God, Child was cheating on you with this one girl that won for best dancer. She was really pretty. She was like pretty face, nice body, nice hair. She was nice. Like she ended up being my friend later on. And they ended up hooking up later on. So yeah, everyone came and told me, but I didn't do nothing of it. We were not together. I didn't take it like he was cheating on me. So yeah, you guys, 6th grade was like, it was cool.
All right, you guys. So 7th. I'm sorry.
2nd bag of chips.
Yes.
You have to say your 2nd year in middle school.
All right, you guys. So here I go with my 2nd year in middle school. So I continued dressing like if I came from elementary, and my 2nd year came along, and once again I told God, please let me not get the same people that I got from my 1st year, because they hate me, and I just want to see if, you know, maybe a new grade will give me an opportunity to get some friends. So once again, he did what I asked, but again, I didn't ask for the prayer correctly. He did not give me in my classes nobody that I had from my 1st year. Hold on, let me call. But again, it was pure taunting and bullying. I started getting these type of bullies get like they would see me and they would like just laugh. They would do this. And I would go, what? I was like, my goodness. I remember that I started telling my mom, change me schools. There has to be something that, you know, you could do. I think it's yes, the hot. Let me show you that.